Welcome to the InfoMullet YouTube channel. If you enjoy this content, please like or share. And if you'd like to support the InfoMullet by becoming a mulleteer, visit us on Patreon. We appreciate your support. There was a question that comes up when we compare this induced herd immunity and the hammer and the dance. People worry that when the economy goes down, deaths go up, suicides go up. Are we basically incurring more pain by shutting the economy down and just in raw health outcomes than we were if we were to keep it open? Two studies. One study looked at 1980 to 2010, and the other looked at 2005 and 2007. So they're really capturing the effects of the Great Recession. Strumpf study had looked at this, at mortality during sustained economic hardship. So this is all mortality rates. And he looked over 366 metropolitan areas. It was over 5 years, about 530,000 observations. And what he found out, very counterintuitive, people don't think about this, for every 1% that the unemployment rises in a metropolitan area, mortality rates decrease by 0.5%. They go down by 3.95 deaths per 100,000. And this isn't necessarily that the deaths are among the unemployed. That wasn't the study. The study was the metropolitan area. Well, why is that? Well, there's less driving, less people on the road, less accidents, less heart attacks, less work-related stress. I've already shown that there's less criminal violence when the economy goes south, criminal violence goes down, but there's also more people around at home acting as proxy caregivers. It may not be perfect, but so there's some counteracting effects. This concept of when the economy goes down, deaths go up is actually not borne out in the evidence. It's the reverse. As the economy goes up, deaths go up. As the economy goes down, deaths go down. But another question came up specifically about suicide. So the Harper study looked from 30 years. It did find that there was a really light increase in suicides, but we're talking about 0.14 deaths per 100,000 population during the Great Recession. And so, yes, suicides increased, but the difference in suicides from summer months to winter months, 3,000 a year. The difference here between recession and not recession is like 350. This kind of summarizes the research just to show real quickly. This is the deaths per 100,000. And these are different COVID scenarios that we might have been facing. 80,000 deaths, 100,000 deaths, 200,000 deaths, 400,000 deaths. These are the scenarios of if we didn't lock down, what's the potential death rate? Because remember, we only have the death rate we did because we locked the nation down. Then there's the research of, well, if unemployment goes up by 15%, deaths drop by this amount, 20%, 30%. And this is really counterintuitive. I don't think people realize this difference in effect, that the unemployment rate going up actually causes deaths to drop. And here's the suicides. And I took the suicide is so low, but what's different this time, it's not just a recession, it's a recession plus isolation, right? The isolating effects of quarantine. So I took the suicide increase rate, multiplied it by 10 times, multiplied it by 100 times. This isn't to minimize at all the economic hardship, but it is to point out that the argument, people are putting an argument out there that, well, we should open things back up because more people are going to die from the economic hardship than they are from COVID. The research doesn't support that. And I think that we need to be careful about that argument because we're making an assumption on things which is not at all true that may lead to reopening. Now, there is a much more valid concern about the overall economic hardship, but I wouldn't make the argument that there's going to be more deaths because of the economy being in a recession or depression than there would be otherwise. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to follow the InfoMullet, visit us on Facebook or Twitter. And if you'd like notifications when we post new video content, click on the red subscribe button below the video. If you've ever wanted to become a mulleteer and support the InfoMullet, visit us on Patreon. We appreciate the support.